Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
but
cool.
I can't see the.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, cool. So yeah, where we were sort of leaving off. So going into this, did you know the story? Had you read about it or seen it before?
Nope. I've heard people talk about Duncan Egg, Duncan Egg, Duncan Egg. So I know it was kind of like a buddy. Well, I suspect it was kind of like a buddy type thing where they had
Hmm.
Duncan Egg moving around the Seven Kingdoms. This is what my thoughts were, sort of moving around the Seven Kingdoms, going through adventures and whatnot.
Hmm.
And Egg was sort of a royal a royal prince on in disguise.
Hmm.
That's about as much as I knew. So I knew Egg was part of the royal family somehow.
Hmm.
But I didn't know any details around like the story itself. So yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. It's
assuming
because
you saw a little
they
bit.
they obviously make a few references to it in Game of Thrones. Or I think it might actually just be the one. No, it's two references, isn't it? There's the one where uh, the Nan mentions it to Bran, and yeah, she's like, it's like where Bran's like basically in bed in season one, and actually, is it in the show or is it just in the book? And I'm sure she says to him like, "Oh, I could read you a story about Sir Duncan the Tall, or Duncan Egg," and then he was like, "I don't want to hear any of your stories" or something like that. And then the
Oh,
other time
Mr. Amen,
oh, is who? Sorry. Oh
Mr.
yeah, of
Amen.
course. Yeah, Maester Aemon. Yeah, Maester Aemon.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Joffrey. Sorry, when Joffrey's reading the
That
thing.
was House of Dragon.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
oh,
When
when
he's
he mentions the
yeah,
name, like the whatever
yeah. When
DG
when he's
stuff.
reading,
Yeah,
yeah, and he says about all of the stuff that they've done, and then he's like to
yeah.
Jamie, "Your name's not got
What did he
much" or
say? I
something like
think it
that.
was
Like,
like 4 pages for Sir Duncan or
yeah,
something like.
4 pages. Yeah, yeah. And then he was like, "Oh, so Jamie," and then there was basically like nothing there.
Yeah, someone
Joffrey
put the
was,
wife over
yeah,
the deeds.
yeah, for real, bro, for real, for real.
Jamie
Um,
doesn't get enough slander, in my opinion.
doesn't get enough. Ooh.
Doesn't get enough slander, in my opinion. I think, like I think I've said this on the pod as well. Like people
Mm,
forgive like Jamie way too easily for me, for my liking.
mm,
The whole
mm,
redemption with Brienne and all that. I'm like, fuck you. This thing needs to
mm.
be dragged through the mud. Like people just forgive too easily.
Yeah, I kind of hear it. I kind of hear it. Especially with the way it ends, and the stuff with him and Brienne, and then him still going back to
Yeah.
Cersei. Yeah, he definitely should have copped a lot more heat than he did for
The fact
that.
that they got that pseudo beautiful death or whatever, we got to die together, blah blah. That
Mm,
bro.
mm,
Anyway, let's not go into season 8. Like I'll start.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely not deserved.
Yeah.
Um, cool. So you asked me before when we did this.
Mm.
What did you ask me? Did you ask me who did I think was gonna die? Was it?
Oh yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
who do you think is gonna die?
yeah. And I said either Baylor or Maker, and I wasn't sure which one. I think I landed on
Did you say
Make.
Bay? I don't think it's. Did you?
Yeah, I said one of them two is surely. I'm sure I said one of them two is surely gonna die, and I think I said Maker.
Oh,
Um,
I
so I
don't
was
think so
completely
because I
wrong.
would have disagreed because I didn't think any of the royal princes were gonna die. Yeah, I didn't think any of them were gonna die.
I just thought because they were brothers, I thought they were
Yeah,
gonna fight it, and
yeah,
one
that
of them
makes
would
sense.
die.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Um, but I definitely wasn't expecting how they kind of showed us with Baylor because I think the genius part of how they did it was they kind of make you not necessarily worried, but like concerned for Dunk because of obviously all of the wounds and stuff that he
Yeah,
has. And they obviously talk about put like oil on it or some shit and get some wine and whatnot.
yeah,
So you're kind of got a sense of concern for him. And then you see Baylor walk in and he's kind of seems like himself, but obviously once he
yeah.
starts speaking, you start to then pick up on the clues. But it's like slowly trickled in. It's not like kind of just thrown in your face.
I
So
didn't.
it just kind of had like a slow sort of build up to it.
Yeah, I didn't get any hint about like, oh, he's gonna die until they said
Hmm.
God's the good when they took that
Mm,
off. Like even up to that point, I'm still thinking,
hmm.
all right, like visor's cracked. That's my brother most likely. He's strong. I'm like
Hmm.
fucking Chad of a guy, but like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
like this guy
yeah,
is just sick. But then obviously you
yeah.
see what like I was just like, God,
Hmm.
that hurt me. That
Yeah,
hurt.
that actually really did hurt. Yeah, because like I'm not joking. Yeah, I was watching it and I literally went like this. Like when they showed the back of his head. Yeah, because I was thinking at first like, all right, cool. He's obviously just he's kind of cracked it in a bit or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's just got blood there or something. I was not expecting like a quarter of the man's brain to not be there. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, that's madness. Like that was so very well done, but that's madness.
Like
Like.
that's crazy because like I remember feeling because I was starting to get over it because obviously Dunk had won and because I tell you I was pissed off throughout the whole episode.
Mhm. hmm
Just how shit Dunk seemed to be in his fighting. But then when Baylor died, I got immediately mad again at Dunk because I'm just like, this is all your, excuse me, this is all your fault. Even though it's not
hmm
really, obviously
hmm
Aaron shouldn't have done what he did. But I'm just
hmm
like I hate when it feels like everything is going wrong because of one person. Like if you
hmm
weren't here, you wouldn't have this problem. Yes, the innocent girl's hand would have been broken and whatnot, but fuck that.
Yep.
Like at least we
Yeah,
still have
man.
Baylor. Like like you're not nearly important. Like the Baylor dying literally changes the whole fate of everything we know up until up until who knows, we could have had a noble Targaryen bloodline alongside the madness that came with Maker's line.
So what's quite funny about that is I saw a quote today of from George R. R. Martin, and he basically like the way that they phrased the question was like, what kind of like not small but like in the grand scheme of things
Yeah.
insignificant kind of like small event
Mm.
like greatly affected the timeline or something like
Yeah.
that, and he basically said, yeah,
Baylor dying.
Baylor Breakspear dying
Yeah. Oh,
changed, like it would have been completely different had he
literally.
not died, basically.
And my
So
curiosity now is about Baylor's son because his son obviously becomes next in line, and obviously he
yeah.
doesn't have a storyline. So what happens there is where I'm
hmm
curious now about. But it's like
hmm
Baylor dying was such a huge blow, man.
hmm
Like, do you know how
Yep.
rare it is for royalty to have like, okay, you're the next guy, and everyone's like, this guy is gonna be the one.
hmm
Like
hmm
everybody, no, like, and it's not even like a naive, like, oh, we just like him because we like him. He was
hmm
smart, he was savvy, he was like controlled, measured. Like it was to the point where obviously before the last episode, I was starting to see like a lot of shorts around Baylor Breakspear and the history and some of the wars they fought with Maker or like before they got to where they were now. I'm just like I'm really loving this character and his nickname like Baylor Breakspear. That might be like one of the best nicknames in Game of Thrones universe. Like
Speak on it, man.
that
He's
honestly might that might be the best one.
yeah, man.
All the other ones I can think of are just kind of like,
Nah, honestly, I hear it, man. I hear it. Yeah, we lost a real one. It kind of felt like a Ned losing a Ned Stark, like losing a,
yeah,
if you want to say Oberyn Martell, like a one season person who like
yeah.
doesn't get, okay, obviously Ned gets a lot of
That's a good
time.
shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Because
Ned gets a lot of
Oberyn,
time, but Oberyn doesn't get as much time. And, we lose him
yeah, if we
fairly
had
soon into
Oberyn
knowing
for
him.
more, he would have fucked up some shit in a good way.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Getting rid of the mountain would have been a good big help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And obviously killing
Um,
Cersei as well and Tywin would have been great. But
yeah. Funnily enough, yeah, I'm been reading the Game of Thrones book, the first one, and I was reading it today, and there was they basically kind of like talk about the Clegane family a little bit, and they basically say that like that the Mountain basically like inherits like the estate after I think like his parents die, and I think I'm sure that it says like he might have had a hand in it, and
yeah,
um he had like a couple wives, but they mysteriously died,
yeah,
and no one's like basically ever had the courage to kind of like ask what was like going on there and whatnot.
yeah,
And I'm like, they don't. I don't know if they tell us that in the show, but I feel like that is dark. Like it kind of explains a
yeah,
lot, sort of about the character. Like, but also then,
yeah,
yeah, it explains a lot about the character. Um, and then it kind of obviously then it goes into like the stuff with the Hound and like I didn't realize as well like how much older the Mountain is than him. He's like 6 years older than him. So when
yeah.
he like shoves his face into the fire and stuff like it's
Yeah,
actually peak like he
yeah.
was like he's
There's a gap.
torturing that guy for like no reason, bro.
or because of a toy.
Yeah, yeah. What is it, like a knight or something that you wanted to like to take
Yeah,
from him or some
it's
shit?
crazy
Yeah.
to think how like childhood trauma kind of like walks you because in the show when Clegane was remembering, I was just gonna play with it. I was gonna put it back. It's like that's a kid talking at that moment. Like that's not a
Mm-hmm.
grown man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's
Mm-hmm.
relieving you the whole thing, and it's like that's a child talking. I was gonna put the toy back. Like what the fuck? Like bro, it's crazy to think something like that. It's like gonna start getting philosophical here, but it's like you always think, oh, these are grown men. It's like no one is actually grown out here. Everyone is just a
Mm-hmm.
kid with a beard. Like
Nah, that's
the
literally it, man. And that's it, in it.
kids with
Like
mustaches,
it's
bro.
trauma that carries with you. Like it's not one of them ones that just leaves. And yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to send this through to.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
it's sick.
Hmm.
Because I'm like
So
the whole thing about go on. What were you gonna ask?
no, no, no. Go, 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 go.
Because I'm thinking like how crazy it must be to be Maker.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, when Arion got hurt, people were like Maker was trying to go to him and save him, but they were restraining him. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that frustration kind of led to him like because I didn't so part of the reason why I didn't think any of them both Maker or Baylor would die is because I didn't think they were actually going to fight each other
Each other.
uh,
Yeah.
because they understood what it was like regardless of the annoyance and whatever else like I didn't think they were going to fight but I think in that kind of blur of like my son is right there about to die like get the fuck out of my way and
Yeah.
I think you could see the hit in the background it was just like a glancing blur and it's just like oh he must feel
Mm-hmm.
like shit because you could tell they really
Exactly.
liked each other. Like it wasn't one of this like jealousy things, but obviously now in Westeros, people are gonna think it's deliberate in
Mm-hmm.
terms of like you killing your brother and stuff. So it's gonna that's gonna follow him for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's it. So, like, do we ever see? I'm trying to think back to the fight. Like, do it? We don't really ever see them two fight, right? It's just that kind of. Am I right in saying that it's just a bit where he kind of swings backwards and it's not even really
Yeah.
looking like he wants to actually hit his brother. He's just hitting whoever's behind him.
Yeah, exactly. But I think not really. So they didn't focus on it, put it that way. I think there
Yeah.
was a part where I glimpsed the two of them kind of like facing off, but again, it was too quick to know who that was exactly. And that was around the time when he got that glancing blow. So it
Mm-hmm.
might have been like he Maker was engaged with someone else. Baylor came behind his back and was like, get off me kind of thing. Because you could see Maker kind of fall back. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not make a Baylor kind of fall back after the hit.
Yeah.
But I don't think they fought like directly, at least, because that was the other thing. Because the Kingsguard would have been protecting them in terms of like, let's make sure they don't get hurt. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that was. I feel for Maker as well, even though obviously he's a bit hard-headed.
Yeah. So, what have sort of been your thoughts on like the season as a whole? So I guess if you want, we can just talk about some of the episodes individually or just like as a whole. But
Yeah,
yeah, what were your sort of thoughts going into it, and then also like let's just say like the first two episodes, like what did you think
I
of them?
had.
What did you think coming out of
I,
them? Or
yeah, I had zero interest going into
hmm
this series, like literally no interest at all. To the point where the first time I watched it was like through a reaction,
hmm
Jody's Corner, and he was
all
making
right,
fun of, yeah, he was making fun of it. It was like, this is so crap.
hmm
And to an extent, I was kind of feeling him because I'm not like the whole gag about like taking a shit the first
hmm
episode,
yeah,
grabbing,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
about football, all that other stuff. And like, it's just, it didn't kind of interest me. It's like, all right, I just wasted 20 minutes or whatever it was.
hmm
And then the second episode, I just kept watching because okay, I'm in this now.
hmm
Let's just finish it. But the third episode is obviously what got me kind of like, all right, this is cooking a little bit because not to say the first two were bad or anything. It's just because I
hmm
had no interest coming in, I wasn't very intrigued, and
hmm
so they caught my attention from the third episode when he revealed himself, and then obviously everything that happened in the fourth, and where we are. So
hmm
so yeah, I think overall the show is done like excellent. Like
hmm
it's done really well. It actually got me after the episode today. I was thinking because I was watching some shorts and I was thinking in my head what I would want to see is like some what if universe
mm
where so you know how they did the what if where in the timeline the
hmm
Watcher was like was it the Watcher or whoever it was grabbing people from different timelines, grabbing champions.
yeah,
So I was like, we could go back, grab Baelor Breakspear, grab his brother, grab
Hmm.
Daemon, grab Aegon the
Hmm.
Conqueror, grab all these men, and then
Hmm.
have them fight the Night King in like this crazy battle.
Hmm.
But it's like all the best fighters from all the timelines in Game of Thrones like series. Like, I wonder what that would be like, just seeing everyone fight. Because I think it was a short about Aegon the Conqueror and like how stoic he was and like how good he was in the fight and was like loyal to his wives and all these other things. I was like, such an epic character. Imagine him popping up right when Damon is about to die from
Hmm.
House of Dragon, and he goes, "Hmm, I like you.
Hmm.
Come with me." And obviously, Damon
Hmm.
is obsessed with everything Aegon and the ancestry. He's gonna
Hmm.
go to see all those people kind of like bow down to the fact like, all right, this is the guy, this is the main character, and
Hmm.
he's leading them against the Night King. Like, I don't know. In my head, I started to build up that battle now in my head of like, what would that look like? And one of the characters that I was interested in, I don't know if you know him, is what's his name? Maker. No, not Maker. Maegor the Cruel.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
I don't know how much of him you know, but he is a character that I really want to see. Like his savageness was on
Hmm.
a different level, and he
Hmm.
was around close enough to when Balerion was still kind of active. So he rode
Hmm.
Balerion, and he did madness. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but like
Yeah, yeah.
he did madness
He
with
gets brought up
Balerion.
quite a bit in the shows, right?
Yeah,
Um,
he's the last person who did the Trial of Seven in the Seven
oh,
Kingdoms
that's
before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
They didn't say
reading
who he did it
something
against,
about
but
that.
like that was epic. So
Well,
yeah, I wish.
I was watching a like like a breakdown video, and they were saying
Mm,
that I think he was the only one to survive his trial of the seven or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, and his was,
yeah.
did you say was the last one before the one that we just saw?
Before this one, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, Speaking of things like that, like things that I'd want to see, and I know maybe I'm not really sure, but you know how like they bring up or they make references to the Blackfire rebellions. I would like
Yeah,
to see that, or maybe even read about that. I don't know. I'm not because I think
that'd be cool.
if I'm right, there was one already. If
No,
we're
that
going
was
on Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or was
that's the one
is that
at the
House of the
time of
Dragon?
the flashback for Dunk. No, no, no. At the time of the flashback for Dunk, when they were
Yeah.
like, the Black Dragon is dead. That was the
Hmm.
Blackfire Rebellion. So the Blackfire Rebellion had
Ah,
just
okay.
finished when in
Okay.
that flashback
Yeah.
for Dunk, which is
Okay. Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Baylor Brickspear gets his Brickspear name, like Hammer and Anvil. Well, I'm going
Yeah.
into like, but this is where him and Makar get their reputation. So it'd be
Yeah.
great to see, just to see again, like anything with Baylor now, I want to watch.
Mm,
So yeah, in terms of yeah, I think that's the big rebellion. House of the Dragon is still further back from that.
mm. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um.
Because I think Dragon is like 100 years or whatever
Mm,
before these events. So it's not too far back, but it's still far, quite far.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Uh. So I think going back to the sort of question I asked you before, for me going into the show, I'll be honest, like I'm there for anything in the Game of Thrones universe. Like, so I was like excited for the show. Not maybe not as buzzing as I was for like House of Dragon, say for example, because just
Yeah,
of the way that the third season ended. Um,
yeah,
but going into this, I thought, you know what, I'll give it a chance. I've heard from because like some people see it slightly earlier than everyone else. Um,
yeah,
and a lot of them had said that it's going to be a very different show to like a Game of Thrones in sort of how it was done. So I thought, you know what, like different perspectives, whatever, different showrunner, like we'll give it a chance or whatnot. So
yeah,
watching the first episode, kind of like you said, like seeing the whole shitting thing and him being naked or whatever, like I'm thinking, like maybe this is going to be like a comedy or something. Like cool,
yeah.
I'll give it,
Honestly,
I'll, I'll give it time. I think immediately from when Egg comes into it and you kind of see the sort of start of their bond and the sort of chemistry and relationship that they get, I was kind of like, all right, cool. This like it does look promising.
mm,
Getting on then to episode two, and you get to obviously see a lot more of the characters and whatnot. I was like, it, yeah, basically grabbed me from there. As soon as like for me, like as soon as I start hearing names that I'm familiar with, like family names that I'm familiar with, I'm like, all
yeah,
right, yeah, I'm locked in. this is yeah,
Fair enough.
this is something. Um, so then going into like sort of the later episodes, I think even by like three, I was like, cool, I'm enjoying it, but all right, now I need some oomph type thing.
Yeah,
Like it was still good up to that point, but I was like, I need oomph. And then, bro, episode four, man, like that's why I put that message in the chat, like, because I wasn't, no one had really been speaking about it, and I was
yeah,
like, yeah, I need
yeah.
to,
So I hadn't seen. Obviously, your message was like, wait, because it was on a Friday or whatever it was. I'm like, what episode
yeah,
are we
yeah, yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, surely it can't be what I've seen so far. Because at that time, I'd only seen three. I'm like, all right, this thing
Hmm.
is just chill. Like,
Hmm.
I was about to cut you out, yo. I was about to cut you out,
No,
bro. I'm like,
because
wait, what?
I saw people were talking about it, and I was like, nah, like I'm like it's Friday or Saturday, whatever. I was like, nah, it can't be out already. And then I checked,
Yeah.
I watched it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, this is
Yeah,
mad.
I was like, yeah, I was like, wait, is there a new episode or like? Because I was like, it can't
Yeah,
be like the way you're talking about it. I'm like, it can't be what we've just seen. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so it had to be something else. So I was like, let me hold off on
mhm,
my slander first before I start looking like an idiot. But I was about
yeah,
to go
yeah,
in.
yeah.
It was like, not in crazy, but like just like how we talk about like, all right, you're just giving it easy marks and whatnot. But
Hmm.
yeah, that was the show really it took its time and it grew
Hmm.
into it, which is great. But the sad thing now is depending on how they stretch this out, it'll give them. I think it's going to give them more juice to kind of do the Jon Snow and Arya series, whatever the fuck they were talking about doing, which I have no interest in. Obviously, if they change my mind, they change my mind like this one did. But I want to see Aegon, the Conqueror.
Hmm.
I want to see not really him, but I want to see Balerion. Like I've been so
Hmm.
fascinated with that dragon ever since I heard its name. From the very first
Hmm.
time I heard its name, I want to see Balerion and how monstrous that animal is. Like I can't wait to see that on the screen, man.
So I think the Jon Snow thing is, I think they're not going ahead with that. I think they're going
Oh,
ahead
they
with the
cancelled it.
I think they're going ahead with the Arya thing, but
Mm.
I'm not 100% on that. The Aegon's Conquest thing, I think they're still like deliberating on whether it's going to be a movie or a series. Um,
Yeah, I
ha-
think someone
but
mentioned that.
budget wise, I hope it's a movie because, boy, like you said, Valerian, like this need
Mm.
like just obviously me and you when it comes to especially or particularly Game of Thrones, yeah, we're very big on like reputation and like
Mm.
the like reverence that people
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things are spoken about. And the
yeah,
way that everybody, without fail, talks about Balerion, I'm like, bro, I need to see this
yeah.
dragon like at the
Like
height of its powers. Like,
you,
and I need a
you don't
budget
even.
that's big enough to do it justice.
And the thing is, so even from what we've seen of like, what's the other Vega
Mm,
and the dragons in House of Dragon. If I'm being real with you, they're not big enough for me.
mm-mm,
They are
nah,
not big enough for me. Like I need scale that's like actually
yeah,
stupid. Like I need like an actually stupid scale where it's like if they're
yeah,
flying across my TV, it takes like 5 seconds
yeah,
for the shadow to go by or some bullshit like that. I need that kind of like ridiculous scale because in my head, Valerion's just it's like stupidly big. And I
yeah.
don't know if the physics make sense, but I don't care. Like
Hmm.
that's just I just want to see just Balerion and how huge he is.
Yeah.
Pause.
What's up, JL in the chat? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. Hello
Um,
everyone.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like it shows, but then it doesn't show.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like I kind of feel like I've obviously been saying for the longest that I need to see a show about Robert's Rebellion or something like that
Oh, that's another good one. That's another good one.
because I need to see Forest of Mir like doing the business. I need to see even like just all of these nights that we know and that we've heard of all at the Trident.
But you
Just
see, the other thing about Robert's Rebellion is my blood pressure, man. Because right now I don't want to hate Liana, but I feel like if they
mm,
give me a face to hate, Liana was on
mm,
some bullshit, bro.
mm. Right, what was
Like
she on?
real bullshit.
Mm.
And the thing is, I can't fault her because it's for love and that, but you know
Oh,
me.
you okay? Yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to do something. I don't
yeah,
care what the fuck else is going on. You do the
yeah,
thing. You are betrothed to Robert.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
care if a nigga sings to you and a liar or whatever else. Like, yo, I'm just that for me. I get it on an emotional level, but it's like in terms of decision making, that will just
Hmm.
never make sense to me. And I will start to resent people because
Hmm.
I'm like, you're the reason your father dies.
Hmm.
Like those are the kinds of things that come into my head, and it's like I can't let it go. So I don't want them to give me a face for Liana to hate because
Hmm.
if I see a series like that, I'm gonna get so pissed off with that
Hmm.
character. And even Rhaegar as well is another one. Like
Hmm.
man's talking about, oh, I'm supposed to be honorable. Like fucking Barristan Selmy talking about your brother was honorable. Yeah, he's going to like steal another person's betrothed. Like I'm sorry, man. Like just fuck off, both of you.
Hmm. What is it Jamie says? The things we do for love.
Oh,
Uh,
literally, I'm not. So, yeah, like
that is a case of
that'd be a good show. That'd be a
that's
good
a
show.
case of right message, wrong messenger.
Honestly, like that'd be a great show. And the other part, I think I was on, I think it was YouTube. I was on YouTube and I was reading the comments or something
Hmm.
about this whole Liana thing, and someone was like, Liana was like, just
Hmm.
it was her fault because she could have written to tell her father before it was about Brandon Stark,
Hmm.
Ned's oldest brother. That's the other thing that pissed me off as well, because your brother, epic as he is, died as well, and your father. So it's like she could have written to tell her brother like that she
Hmm.
was fine,
Yeah.
that she just ran off with some guy,
Hmm.
and not to let her whole family just like go up in smoke just because you wanted to like just go off with the prince. And it's like it's not even you disappeared for a while because it takes 9 months for you to give birth. So you were away wherever you were for 9 months, not saying anything,
Hmm.
and your parents and everyone was looking for you, starting wars and whatnot, and you're not saying shit like that. That see, I'm starting to get pissed off now. When you actually think of the logistics of how this could realistically go down, and
Hmm.
this could all be avoided, nah, you're a bitch
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, no, I hear that, man. So yeah, sort of getting back into the show. Then,
Mm.
what are you looking to sort of get out of this last episode? If you don't know what's going to
Hon-
happen.
Honestly, I don't even know. I think it's just gonna be like
Yo,
obviously
yo.
the fallout.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it's just gonna
Sorry,
be the
in the
fallout.
chat, in the chat.
Oh, okay. It's just going to be a fallout from obviously Baylor dying, and all that stuff. Like I don't know. Again, the main curiosity for me is how does, and I don't know if you consider this a spoiler,
Hmm.
but it's not really because obviously Aemon spoils it in the end. But how Maker
Hmm.
becomes king,
Hmm.
because he does end up being king. So it's like, what happens to
Yeah.
Baylor's son? What
Hmm.
happens there? I think that's where we're going. Like that could possibly be explored, but I think it's going to
Hmm.
be ultimately going to be a story about Duncan Egg and some of the adventures they go to, how Dunk becomes like a king's guard and all of that stuff. So that's
Hmm.
where we'll go. But if I'm being honest, like I'm more interested in sort of the regret, the fallout from Baylor's death, as opposed to the Duncan Egg side of it all.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. No, so yeah, I had heard that as well. That wasn't really a spoiler or anything, but I know that there's two more of the books that the novellas that he did. So I
Mm.
believe there's going to be at least two more seasons. But we'll see
Yeah,
exactly sort of how far they take it. Um, cool. And just going to House of the Dragon season three, because obviously that's
yeah.
coming this year. What is your sort of expectations for it? Because I know obviously season
Honestly,
two was a big disappointment, but yeah, what's
yeah,
your
I honestly
expectation?
don't. I don't know, man. I'm just hoping the war scenes that they're trying to actually no, scratch that. Cregan Stark, Lord
Hmm.
Stark of Winterfell.
Hmm.
I've been doing some digging on him in
Hmm.
terms of what his character actually does in the books,
Hmm.
and he's another one like Baelor Brigspear. What was his nickname? Oh, was it the Silent Wolf or something like that? I can't
Oh,
remember,
that's
but
cold. I can't lie.
yeah, he is another character based on what
Hmm.
I've seen and read. Like
Hmm.
he's cold. Like what he
Hmm.
does, what he does is
Hmm.
crazy. So if they stick to it, and I'm not even going to disappoint myself. I know they're not going to portray that level of epicness. They can't because they're all fools. But if they
Hmm.
do, that is what I want to see the most. How that comes
Hmm.
together. But I think the war scenes they're going to portray. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Aemon versus Daemon fight.
Hmm.
Of that. That's going to be sick if they do it properly. What I'm hoping is that they don't stretch this out into another couple seasons or whatever, because that'll piss me off. I'm assuming this is going to be the final season.
I think
Um,
no. There's it's season 3 and then season 4, I believe, and then that's
See,
it.
if that's the case, then now we're starting to drag things. But
Yeah.
hopefully it works out. But I'm not. I wouldn't. I can't say I'm too excited about it right now. But
Hmm.
obviously, I'm going to watch it. I'll be there. The characters I want to see. So we'll see how it is, man. How about yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with all the filler and the build up that they gave us in season 3, I just kind of I need to see a battle. Like I need to see that battle of the gullet. Um, I need to see just where all of these fucking people were marching to and all these people were getting ready for. I need
Yeah.
to see it all in this season. Um, and yeah, kind of like you said. I mean, I can't imagine there's too much left of the story. So if they do manage to stretch it to season 4, at least I hope
See,
that whatever they stretch to it is
yeah,
going to be fine.
I'm remembering the story now because it's been a while since I've sort of been into it.
Mm.
But I think
No
we're going to see
spoilers.
a
No
lot.
spoilers. No spoilers.
I guess so. But it's going to be a lot of the people who got dragons
Hmm.
in the last season, the new people.
Mm.
There's going to be some. There's going to be a lot of stuff about
Oh
them.
yeah, so there's still got to be the Dance of Dragons in it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's going to be that. So yeah, yeah, I can see how much material they've got if we're going to drag it out. But obviously, I'm keen on seeing the highlight of stuff that happened, the really big stuff that happened. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
looking for. So
Hmm.
anyway, we'll see what they do with it. But yeah, man, at this moment, I'm not that excited. When is that even coming out?
I want to. When does it normally come out? It's like August or like September, something like that.
I'm assuming you're right because I literally,
Yeah,
honestly, have no idea at this point.
yeah. I'm sure it's like end of summer. Oh yeah,
That
well,
makes
almost certain. Yeah, but I think that's when it should come out. But either way, I'm going to be there that same night or in the morning, and I'll make sure to watch it and whatever. Any sort of final thoughts or anything? Just on this
no.
show, on Got Universe at all, or
Yeah, it's just well because my brother started watching Game of Thrones like I want to say last week. He finished the
hmm
whole thing in like a couple of days. I was like,
hmm
shit, like season 1 to 8. So we have our debrief on the 28th because there's like a family get together kind of thing. So we'll debrief there properly. I gave him like a question. I was like, who's the worst character in Game of Thrones?
hmm
And he's throwing out names and like, nope, nope, nope. So he's going
hmm
crazy trying to figure out who the fuck could it be.
hmm
But listen, I know, like, can you? Who actually? Let me ask you, who do you think is the worst character in Game of Thrones? The absolute gutter.
I know you're going to say not Cersei. What's her name? Catelyn.
Uh,
Um,
that's it. There's no other answer. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. But I'd say Tyrion is quite bad as well. Tyrion's quite bad.
Nah,
At least in the at least in the show.
he's like his character is like what the writers did to him as far as the show
Yeah,
goes.
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about like, whether it's the books, whether it's the
Catelyn
show.
is Catelyn is early on in it. So
The character who needs to be like killed, salted, like burnt, brought back to life, slashed, like just
yo, yo,
mangled
yo.
in a different way. The character who needs to get like destroyed for all of it.
Yeah.
You know how in the Greek philosophy, in Greek mythology, they have like these characters who get punished for eternity, like
Hmm.
Prometheus. Like I need a punishment like that just happens on a loop every time, but like it gets more gruesome every time it happens for the rest of time. And that's Catelyn Stark. She needs to burn in someplace hotter than hell. Anyway, that's why every time I remember her name, I just get so fucking pissed off. But so yeah, so that's well, if my brother sees this, he's gonna know the answer. But, but yeah, all good, man. Yeah, that's final thoughts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to obviously the last episode. We'll see where we are. Great show, great series. So yeah, can't wait, man.
Cool. Yeah. All right. We'll probably. I'll say we'll do. We definitely need to podcast about this as a group once it's finished.
Mm.
So I mean, I'm guessing it's going to have to be online, but I would prefer to do it in person. But yeah, yeah, we'll chat about it in a
I
group in it.
mean, yeah, the pod's basically going on our usual timeline. We like at the start of the year, we don't do anything until March, so we're coming up on it. I always
Yeah.
say it when people look
Time's
at
ticking
what's
in
going
it.
on. It's literally just like we don't do shit until March, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'll try and get it. I'll try and see, yeah, if next week or something we can try and sort it. But it all depends on Tang's availability for
Yeah,
to edit, and also to be there because obviously a lot of his
yeah,
work and whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right, I think then we can look to wrap that up.
Yeah.
Matt, wait, I can see someone in the chat. Magic, what's good? Any questions about Knight of Seven Kingdoms? Yeah, let's do that. I've been gone already. Magic, what's good? What's good? What's good? Hello, Magic. Anything? Any questions or anything?
He's feeling the pressure now.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's still here. It's quite hard to tell who's still in the chat or whatnot.
Mm.
Magic, if you're there, bro, any questions about A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? Cool. All right. Maybe yeah. Maybe we can wrap up there. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
all good.
I'll see what happens if I can send it to you or whatnot.
No, it's all good, man. Safe. As
All
long
right. Nice
as
one.
it's safe, man. Later.
Yeah. See that, bro.